The fluorescent lights of New York Presbyterian Hospital buzzed overhead as Emma Bennett rushed down the busy corridor, her scrubs swishing and her comfortable clogs squeaking on the linoleum. At 28, she'd been an ER nurse for 6 years, but the constant pressure never eased up. Today hit harder than most. Her phone vibrated with another message from her younger brother, Tyler. Mom's tests came back worse. When are you coming home? Emma's chest tightened. Their mom, Linda, had advanced cardiomyopathy, and the cutting-edge gene therapy trial at Johns Hopkins was her only shot, but it cost $350,000 up front, way beyond what Emma's salary or insurance could touch. Lost in worry, she barreled around the corner and slammed into a solid wall of muscle. Charts flew everywhere. Jesus, watch it, snapped a deep, icy voice. Emma looked up into storm-gray eyes that could cut glass. Dr. Gabriel Hayes towered over her, impeccably groomed in his tailored scrubs, dark hair perfect even after a 12-hour shift. He was the kind of gorgeous that landed on people's most beautiful list, broad shoulders, sharp jaw, but his reputation was pure frost. Youngest cardiothoracic chief in the hospital's history, heir to the Hayes medical empire, and notorious for treating nurses like furniture. Sorry, Dr. Hayes, Emma muttered, scrambling for the papers. He stepped over her without a glance. Try paying attention, Nurse Bennett. Some of us have lives to save. Cheeks burning, she watched him stride away. Everyone knew Gabriel Hayes was brilliant, untouchable, and about as warm as a Manhattan winter. 3 weeks later, Emma stood outside the cardiac ICU, staring through the glass at her sleeping mother. The specialist had been blunt: without the trial, 6 months at best. With it? A real chance. Rough day. She turned to find Gabriel beside her, fresh from surgery, faint shadows under his eyes betraying exhaustion. My mom, Emma said quietly. He nodded, gaze clinical. Linda Bennett. Dilated cardiomyopathy. I pulled her file. You did? I review every cardiac case here. His tone was detached, as always. The Hopkins trial could buy her years. If I win the lottery, Emma said bitterly. He studied her for a long beat. Walk with me. They moved through the quieter night shift halls. 6 years here, he said suddenly. Double shifts, 0 sick days. Patients love you. Emma waited, confused. I need a wife. She stopped dead. What? The board's blocking my path to chief of staff. Dad's retiring next year. They say I'm too young, too single, too detached. His lip curled. They want the family man image. And you thought of me? You're practical. You need money for your mom. I need this. 1 year, business only. I'll cover the full treatment, plus a stipend. No strings. You're crazy. I'm efficient. Emotions just get in the way. I don't even like you. A ghost of a smirk. Perfect. Keeps it simple. Emma's mind spun. Her mom's life. 1 year pretending with the Ice King. I need to think. You have until morning. He walked off, then paused. You're the only nurse who's ever called me out in front of the team. That's what I need. Emma leaned against the wall, heart pounding. What the hell had she just agreed to consider? The courthouse wedding was quick and impersonal on a rainy Thursday in downtown Manhattan. Emma wore a simple navy sheath from Macy's. Gabriel looked lethal in a custom Tom Ford suit. The kiss was a peck, mandatory, mechanical, and yet Emma felt an unwelcome spark. Mrs. Hayes, he said as they signed. The name sounded wrong. They drove to his Upper East Side penthouse in his sleek black Tesla, the city lights blurring past. The place was stunning, soaring views of Central Park, minimalist decor in grays and whites, not a personal touch in sight. Your room's down the hall, he said, loosening his tie. Clothes are in the closet. Board gala next weekend, you'll need to play the part. Which is? Smile. Look adoring. Let me talk. He poured scotch. In public, we're madly in love. In private? We avoid each other. Emma hauled her duffel to the guest suite, bigger than her Brooklyn apartment, with a California king and a closet full of designer pieces. She sat on the bed in her wedding dress, wondering if she'd sold her soul for her mom's life. A knock. Margaret, the warm-eyed housekeeper, brought tea and a turkey sandwich. "You're a breath of fresh air, dear," Margaret said. "This place needs it. He works too hard, I barely remembers to eat." As Margaret left, Emma wondered if the infamous Dr. Hayes had any warmth buried under the ice. The first weeks were awkward coexistence. Gabriel left at dawn, returned after midnight. They communicated via fridge notes. Emma dove into her role, memorizing board bios, practicing in Louboutins. One Thursday morning, she was flipping pancakes when he appeared, surprised. "I made extra," she said. "I don't do breakfast. Everyone should. Sit." To her shock, he did. The pancakes were fluffy, bacon crispy. "Good," he admitted. "Mom taught me. Food with heart tastes better." She paused. "Not that this has heart, just effort." "How is she?" "Stronger already. The therapy's working." Emma's eyes softened. "She wants to meet you." "Not in the contract." "I know. I said you're busy saving lives." She cleared plates. "She says thank you for giving me hope." He went quiet. "She thinks it's real. She believes in happy endings." Something flickered in his eyes, regret? Loneliness, then vanished. "Gala tomorrow. Ready by 7? "I'll be ready." He paused at the door. "Thanks for breakfast, Emma." Her name sounded different, softer. The gala at the Met was glittering excess. Gabriel transformed, hand on her back, warm smiles, eyes only for her. He introduced her effortlessly, spinning tales of their whirlwind romance. When the chairwoman asked how they knew, Emma smiled. "He gave my family a miracle. How could I not fall?" Gabriel's hand tightened on hers. Later, he admitted, "You were perfect." Was that a compliment? "Call me Gabriel. When we're alone." The ride home was quiet, charged. In the elevator, that hope thing real? All of it. Something shifted, weeks blurred into routine. Shared breakfasts turned to conversations, patience, politics, dreams. Emma saw cracks in his armor, how he mentored residents, remembered janitors' names, tensed at mentions of his father. One night on the balcony, wine in hand. "Tell me about your dad." Gabriel stared at the skyline. "Mom died when I was 12. Undiagnosed heart condition. Dad was in surgery, elective, could have waited." Emma's heart ached. "He remarried fast. Victoria made it clear I was baggage. Boarding school by 13. That's why you're a surgeon. To never miss what he did. Every patient counts." "She'd be proud, Gabriel." He looked at her, really looked. "How do you make the weight feel lighter?" "By sharing it." His hand brushed hers, electric. Emma realized she was falling. Hard. Trouble arrived in Prada heels. Victoria Ashford, tall, blonde, old money perfect, cornered Emma in the cafeteria. "You're the little nurse," she purred. Gabriel's experiment. Emma stayed cool. "Nice to meet you." "We were engaged. I ended it, he wasn't ready." "But a sudden marriage to someone who needs money? Suspicious." "I love him." Victoria laughed. "He doesn't do love. He'll tire of playing house." Doubt crept in. That night, Emma confronted Gabriel. Victoria visited. His jaw clenched. Ignore her. Were you engaged? Yes. She wanted the name, the status. I wanted nothing. Why me, really? You see people. Not titles. He stepped closer. This stopped being business weeks ago. Then he kissed her, deep, desperate, thawing years of ice. Emma melted into him. The year stretched, but the contract faded. Linda thrived. Board approved Gabriel unanimously. One evening, on the balcony where it deepened,